Defenders! We finally have some defenders here at Maidenhead United. We've not quite got a fullback four yet, but two good signings have come in. There's another potential one on the cards. And you know what? We're competitive now. We're still not at our best. It will take a few games yet, but I'm starting to see the end goal. And it's starting to look exciting. Whisper it quietly. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 27 of the Head Coach with me, Daniel. We are back today to face rival Slough at the end of August in a spell of 2 games in 3 days. We've got Bath 2 days after that as well, with both sides up in the playoff places. But crucially, we've got some defenders at last. I'm not sure how many will be able to play both games. We might have to prioritise winning this one and then maybe throw in the next one. But at the moment, we're still competitive, which, given the squad we've got, is a really good achievement. But if you're looking forward to this one, seeing who we've brought in and whether we can pick up some results, then please do put a thumbs up on it. It's a massive episode for us as it's just starting to take shape, this squad, and we're just starting to maybe see the potential and the end game that could be here. We're still a little bit short, but let's go and start by having a look at the two that have come in, because they're going to make a big difference, albeit it's taking a while to settle in. They are, in the long term, going to be regulars for us. So let's go over to the transfers to start off. We've got potentially another player on the way in as well. A left winger at 21 getting an offer at the minute. Has he got any other? No. Is he wanted by others? Yes. And as soon as someone else makes a bid for players, we generally struggle. But at the moment, I'm looking at that guy and I'm thinking, yeah, I could definitely work with him on the left wing. So there's another one potentially on the way, as well as 2 youth players. But let's go and have a look at the transfer history, because despite the fact that Ronan Riley-Wright rejected a loan move to us, and he would have been a very good player, by the way, despite the fact Archie Thomas was almost poached by another club, we have strengthened the squad. The director of football is persistent, he's still working, and he's managed to get 2 in. One that you saw the offer for last time and one that you didn't. So let's meet them both and see what they do for us. First of the 2 is Sean Stevenson, who we'd made an offer for last episode from Kings Lynn. The director of football has got him in for 190 quid a week. 3-star ability by last year's team would have been about 2. That is a huge step up from the youth players that we've had recently. Good positioning, quick, good in the tackle and defensively. He's definitely a better right back than he is centre half, because he can't jump, he's short, he's not good in the air, but overall he's a big upgrade. And at right back with a good personality, I'm happy to have him in the club. 2 appearances so far, not played that well, but these guys are still coming up to fitness too, so we've got to give them a little bit of time. And then alongside him, a centre half at last. Luca Coccaraccio is a 3-star ability central defender who can also play right back as well. But he is 6 foot, he's good in the jump despite not being great heading the ball. Doesn't really suit my style because he likes to dive into tackles. Not the best positioning, not the strongest, but he's determined, he's improving, and he's a damn sight better and a damn sight quicker than the centre halves we had in the club already. 275 quid a week for him, and we're starting to look a little bit more competitive. So with those 2 in, 2 of the 3 big voids we had in our defence last time out have been resolved. Going forward, we were okay. It's just about settling them in and adding 1 or 2 more. And if we have a look at the schedule at the moment, things are actually going all right. I know the defeats we've had have been heavy. You saw the Chippenham one last time. We got embarrassed, frankly, at home to Dulwich Hamlet. But we're picking up results. And at the moment, that is all I can ask for as the squad continues to improve. So you were with me for the St Albans win, which was a massive result. We backed it up with a draw at Hemel. Alfie Lloyd equalising late on after going up front. The week after, battered by Dulwich Hamlet. What a side they were. But then crucially in midweek, a 3-2 win against Folkestone, and we owe a massive debt of thank you to George Franklin. He got sent off with Folkestone 1-0 up and dominating after 20 minutes, and from that point on we were the better side. Rafferty Pedder equalised. We fell behind again, but then Reece Smith and David Oliver made sure of a 3-2 win, and that at the moment is what's keeping us up, and it is luck. It is luck, we've got to be fair. A red card in that one, the missed penalty for St Albans in the other win. but we're getting results, and I don't really care how they come. If we can get a squad together by the time we get to the FA Cup tie, if that left winger can come in, if maybe one more defender joins, I start to feel we've got that strength in depth then. So today, it's just about getting one result. If we can get a draw or a win against Slough, I'll be happy then, even if we lose against Bath, which we will, because most people won't be fit, and we'll either have to play them or play a youth team, and either way, we'll probably then lose the match. But at the moment, 7 points from 5 games is probably a dream come true with the strength of squad we've got. But this is the big one, because the fans want us to beat Slough. They are up in the playoffs, but this league looks like it's going to be incredibly tight. We're 3 points off the relegation zone. We're only, 1 point off the playoffs, and we're only 5 points off the top of the league. I know it's early doors, but it's a very tightly congested league. 3 points separating, 13 teams. It could be one that's settled very late on in the year. So for now, it's just about staying in the pack. If we're in mid-table, I'm pretty happy. Staying outside that relegation zone, staying within touching distance, it should allow us to compete later when we've got a big squad together. So let's go and get through to the team selection, see what we're recommended with today. You can see Cucuraccio is struggling at centre-half. He's not quite fit, but today, this is the one I'm going to target. We've got another greyed out player alongside in Kennelly Odam. He's basically replaced Tribe, who's no longer available to us. And then a few players have trickled down to the bench, McGovern and Lawton being 2 of them. The rest of the squad, largely unchanged if we're being honest. It's what we're used to. It's what we've been seeing in recent weeks. And our 11 in full is Kofi Brooks in goal, Stevenson the new right back with Woodthorpe on the left, Cucuraccio and Kennelly Odam the centre halves. Ollie Ewing is in the holding role. We're sticking with that 3 for now. And then Pedder and Thomas in the centre midfield too. Alfie Lloyd over on the right. Does do better when he goes up front, but at the moment, we've not really got the flexibility on the wing. If that left winger comes in, we can then use Smith on the right and Lloyd through the middle, and I probably will. But for now, it's Oliver up front and Smith off the left wing as we try and keep things as similar as possible. So at the moment, we're getting results, we're doing okay. I'm relatively happy. It's going to be a tough one. I'm not sure if we get the result tonight. Let's go and get into it and find out. It's Maidenhead v Slough. It's the closest to a rivalry we'll get in this league. And we need to pick up points because on Monday, none of these boys are going to be fit. Here we go then. 2 changes for Slough, who have got one hell of a team at this level, by the way. Looking at the attacking line, Charlie Caton is someone we came up against. He was on loan at Bala from Shrewsbury in the first season over at Airbus. He's a quality striker. And Sedwin Scott starts the game at Notts County and is scoring in the National League in real life. I'm not sure how they've got this strong a squad and how we're expected to compete. But with their 2 changes made, let's just hope they have an off day, because at the moment, we've still got deficiencies at the back. 1 centre-half not up to fitness, 1 of them greyed out. And with a couple of signings not yet over the line, we're still a little bit light. Let's go and get into the first half. Through the preview we go. Just cross your fingers. We need to get results. Well, a quiet 12 minutes, and we're back with a throw on the right-hand side as Lloyd puts a big ball in. Not really the best of deliveries, and Shelby deals with that pretty easily. It's going to have the long kick downfield, and this is where I worry, because our centre-half struggle to deal with it. Though Stevenson heads away to Thomas, Pedder chips forward down the left. Smith will get there. Holds up for Oliver. He's had a good start to the season! And he continues it with a lovely finish. I talk about Oliver maybe coming out of the team. He has done so well as a youngster, and I go back to something I've mentioned quite often in the distillery save this year, lifting spirits. If you've got a striker up there who's a good natural finisher, it seems to be really powerful this year. You can get a great all-round player with maybe a 9 or 10 for finishing, and he's still probably not as good as a poorer one who's got a finishing of 12 or 13. Ultimately, Oliver knows how to put the ball in the back of the net, and at the moment, it's keeping us competitive. 20 minutes gone, we're the better side, and we're 1-0 up. If Slough get chances on the counter, they will score goals. But for now, I'm enjoying every moment I can. The tactical setup, it does seem in fairness to be protecting the defence a bit. I know we're still letting in a lot of goals, but we're competitive. And that's because Ewing, one of our best midfielders, is sacrificed. We are improving defensively, but there's still not enough there, though. That's a good header away from the new centre-half. Thomas up to Oliver. Goes wide to Pedder. This is the quality we've got going forward. A box-to-box player who just runs with it. Finds Lloyd on the right. Takes on his man. Delivers an early cross. Smith's up. Down towards Oliver. And he's just wide at a post. 1-0 it stays with 10 to the break. Do you know what? I'm starting to enjoy this challenge as Woodthorpe gets the ball on the left to Smith. Back to Thomas again. It's been a really good first half, but is 1-0 enough? Might not matter if we get another here. Woodthorpe's cross is blocked. Conlon clears downfield. Now they can counter, but no. Cucuraccio intercepts it. Pedder finds the through ball. Oliver didn't quite read it. Through to the keeper it goes. It stays 1-0 Maidenhead. This is the long kick I'm worried about though. Straight over the top. Cucuraccio's knackered already. Moss is in. And it's a brilliant save from Brooks. Not the first time we've said that this season. And at the moment, he's keeping us the win in this one as well. As Goff at the back clears away poorly. Stevenson, the new defender, intercepts. He's having a really good game so far. They're starting to step up. Through ball finds Lloyd. Can't quite get there. Goff clears away to Scott. You can see that we've got that real threat on the counter, with Pedder charging forward box to box, with the winger Lloyd on the right, Smith cutting in from the left, and obviously a goal scorer through the middle. But this is where we're vulnerable. We concede so many goals, and Scott comes away down the left-hand side. Chance to get to the byline, cuts it back, well intercepted. Stevenson only half clears though. McClintock picks it up to Knight on the right, ball across the box, deflects to Moss. And it's poor defending again. We've got a knackered centre-half and a poor centre-half. And on a stroke of half-time, it's the worst time to concede. So it's 1-1 at the break. After what was a really good first half an hour, we were just pegged back towards the end of that half. We're going to tell the lads to keep it going though. They've played pretty well. But I don't know about the legs. I'm looking at centre-half. Who could I even bring on for him? If I take him off, I've got to bring on Lawton, who's been rubbish this season. I'm then looking at Monday night and thinking, how on earth do we get a result there? So for now, it's probably just about surviving, as we're 10 gone in the second half. Slough playing a better football, just looking for that long ball, and we can't cope. We've got nothing at the back. Caton scores it. And you can see where the problem is. We have now got 9 or 10 good players, and we've got one centre-half who's not fit, and one who is not a professional player, or not even a contracted player. And it's getting sliced open that easily. Let's go and get through to the corner. I was about to make subs. Ewing puts the ball in. The centre-half's up at the back stick, but it's headed away. And now we're vulnerable to the counter. Ultimately, until we get another defender in, this is going to keep costing us. As Goff picks the ball up on the left-hand side. Can we nick something out the game? I don't think so. Caton's too quick on the counter. Scored the second goal. Trying to set up a third here. It's back to Conlon. Delivers to Moss, and there it is. Now we think about midweek. 3-1 it is to Slough. Off goes Cucuraccio. He's just not fit. If he was fit, he would be a brilliant player. But I'm hoping that he'll have a partner soon as well. So he will come off for Thomas Lawton. I don't know what we do with it. Neither of them are strong enough. And then in midfield, we look at Rafferty Pedder perhaps. He will be replaced by Armandi Dandy. He comes on there as the box-to-box. And then maybe Tucker Roberts again. Who's got the worst fitness up there? I'm not sure. Alfie Lloyd, he's quite naturally fit. Reece Smith a little bit as well. Oliver not so much. So do you know what? We'll go Alfie Lloyd, best player through the middle. We'll bring Tucker Roberts on, switch sides with Reece Smith. I mean, let's be fair. Tucker Roberts won't play much if we get that left winger in. So let's get him on the pitch now and let's try and chase the game. 3-1 down. It's damage limitation again. As we're back again with Slough Town, 15 minutes to go. We've dropped to cautious now just to try and hit them on the counter and keep ourselves in the game. As Dandy gets down the right-hand side, the sub. He's got no ability, so should just pass it short, which he does. Stevenson through to Lloyd, though. He has got it, but can't quite get on the end of that. Good goalkeeping from Shelby. And this was always the problem today. Losing this one, then having not many players fit for Monday night. Are we going to have 2 defeats in a row? Then, do we have enough players for the weekend? Do we stay out the relegation zone? Because if we start to drop before we can get the players in, we may well lose our job early. Though, hang on a minute, Alfie Lloyd has scored. Good through ball from Archie Thomas. Lloyd finishes with aplomb. And I just feel like if we can get him through the middle, we've got a real chance, and signing that winger would do so. 10 to go, we're still in this game. Woodthorpe picks the ball up on the left. Through ball towards Lloyd, you know what the plan is. It goes straight through to Shelby though, it's overhit. And as soon as he kicks it long, there's panic stations in our defence. He knows where to aim as well. Over the top he goes. Lawton deals with it this time. Has support but just goes long. Up towards Lloyd who flicks on. Tucker Roberts chases. Can't quite get there. Webb clears away. Knight down the right hand side. It's end-to-end stuff and all of our games. It's goals galore. Beating Folkestone 3-2 against 10 men. Losing 4-0 to Dulwich Hamlet. There's always goals as Thomas through to Lloyd. He's 1-on-1. Could equalise. Alfie Lloyd! Get in, son! What a striker that man is. Please get me that left winger, because if I can play him through the middle, we are going to score bundles this year. 3-3 against the odds. We might have to go cautious the whole time now. We look like we might be sneaking a point out of this. I'm going to time waste because I think it's a good result now. We're not going to worry about the tempo too much. We're not going to distribute quickly. But if we can create one chance in behind, then great. Overall, though, I'm thrilled with that. From 3-1 down, we chuck Alfie Lloyd through the middle, and that's the difference. 3-3 is the final score. Fair based on the stats, you would say, but a crucial point. Another one to keep us in the mix. Now away to Bath in 2 days. Who on earth is going to be fit? Well, back for the Bath game, and surprise, surprise, we've not got our new transfer in time, although one of the youth players has rejected the club. But let's have a look at whether resting people from training has worked. I'd really hope so, because I don't know what we do if not. Let's go and get through to the tactical meeting. Let's go and see who's fit. 7 changes being recommended. Doesn't look good. Please be better than I think it's gonna. No, it's not really. The defence is struggling. You can see going forward it's actually not too bad. So what we're going to do, I mean, even the backup right back, the greyed out players aren't fit. And I don't know how to get them fit because we can't do anything else. I'll bring Lawton in at centre-half for Kennelly Oddam. Pennery could come in at right-back, but I don't think that helps us. We've got 5 days off after. Do you know what? I'll bring McGovern in, actually. Let's do that. It's a very weak defence, but it is better than what we had last time. I think I might have to switch them 2 round. I'll leave it for now. They're the 2 changes. The rest of it stays as is. Let's be honest, any points are a bonus. We got 1 in the last game, we didn't deserve it. But today, we're going to go counter-attacking, we're going to try and survive. We'll see if we can nick a point. And therein lies the luxury that we don't have. 6 changes for Bath City. They've still got a strong side out. They've still got quality players. Matthew Blake's brilliant. Mark Cousins at this level, very strong. Even some senior players on the bench too. And they're going to be fresher than us. This is what we can't do, because to get ourselves in a position where most of the players are fairly fit, we've had to give up and forego training completely. So let's go and get through the dressing room. Let's ask the lads to do what they can. We'll go cautious, we'll try and stay in the game. But a bit like the first game against Chippenham, I'll take a 1 or 2-0 defeat. Let's go and get through to the first half. Let's hold out for as long as possible. And here we are, 6 minutes on the clock, and it's Bath in possession as you'd expect. They are one of the favourites as we nearly nick it with Oliver. Through ball is headed on by Dickov, headed away by Cocoraccio. Gets it away a second time, but only to Dickov again. He goes down the right to Dangana. Is that a penalty? We get away with it. Long ball forward, there's no one there. This is going to be backs to the wall all day. We're going to have 11 behind the ball, and we're going to try and cling on. As McGovern on the right-hand side picks the ball up to Lawton. Inside to Cocoraccio. Long ball forward towards Oliver. Again, pretty aimless. Chip forward down the left. Intercepted by Lloyd. He hoofs it away straight back to Bath. Why are we watching all of this? Give me the key bit. As the through ball finds Muir. Lawton, gives away the penalty. This is what happens when we have to make one change in a defence. The rest of them are so bad. So bad. Lawton's caught out. It costs us the goal. It's going to be a long night. We're going straight from the kick-off, which I can only assume is a bad thing for us as Lawton has the ball again. Through ball to Oliver, and in fact, he's in one-on-one from the kick-off. David Oliver scores. Lawton makes immediate amends with an assist. I have absolutely no idea where the Bath defence went. Now can we cling on a bit longer and maybe not give away another penalty? There is a turn-up for the books as McGovern throws in from the right. 1-2 with Pedder. Ball across the box to Oliver. Heads just over the bar. Looks like he's got a point to prove now with Lloyd scoring 2 in 20 minutes in that position in the weekends as Smith chases the ball on the left-hand side. Piggott will pick it up. Oh, imagine if we nick a result again. Surely we won't because they've got such a threat, but we're putting up a fight. I'll give the lads that. As McGovern at the back. The defence trying to be protected, but not offering a great deal at the moment. Brooks out to Woodthorpe. He's one of the quality players who, again, isn't able to really express himself and get forward now because we're just trying to protect and keep a back four shape. As Cousins has the ball in goal for Bath. Out to Taylor at the back. Into Taylor. 2 of the same name, making it confusing. Long ball forward. The defence is caught out. Dangana in. Shoots wildly. Thankfully over the bar. Every time there's a ball over the top of our centre-halves, to be honest, we look like we're going to concede. Half an hour gone though, it's 1-1 at the moment. I just hope we don't collapse like we did against Slough. As we're back with a Rafferty Pedder free kick. Go on, put it in the top corner, son. Do it just for us. Oh, off the woodwork. Almost got the goal. As it stays though, it's 1-1. Still only one shot on target, but it's enough. If we can cling on for this result, it will probably be the best one of the season. Half time, it looks like we're going to make it level. And we've got good players on the bench. If we can bring them on for half an hour, 20 minutes, maybe we've got a chance. Let's tell the lads to keep working till full time. Can we bring on Stevenson at centre half? I know it's not his natural position, but I think we're going to do it. Stevenson comes on there, should be able to do 45, and we'll keep the rest as it is. Half a game to go. Can we cling on for another point? It doesn't look good early doors, as first minute of the half, Bath are on the attack. Ball in from the right, headed just wide. Matthew Blake should have scored that. We somehow survive it. As it is here, with about 25 to go, I've got to think about where we improve. I'm looking at the centre-half, Kennelly Odam. Could we bring him on for McGovern? Do we have to bring him on for the tired man? I'm going to go McGovern. I want the best players on the pitch. The other option is Tucker Roberts. Lloyd is struggling. He's not having a great game, but he is such a good player. Let's just leave it for now. We'll give it 10 more minutes, then we'll make the final one. Well, with 15 to go, it's still happening at the moment. And now Smith's knackered on the left, so I'm going to take him off. He will be replaced by Tucker Roberts. And I know it doesn't really suit us with Lloyd there, but I'm going to put him back to a support duty. Just try and keep a nice little shape and hopefully nick a point at the end. We're dropped to cautious. We've dropped our defensive line. And to be honest, we've put up one hell of a fight as Tucker Roberts, the sub, nicks it to Thomas. Oh, could we get 3? This would be miraculous. Oliver plays it right to Lloyd. He's in one-on-one. Alfie Lloyd! That's why we kept him on. How on earth are we winning these games? I know we're doing an awful lot to protect this defence, but we are putting up such a fight against these teams. Imagine what we'll be like when we get 3 or 4 more in. And we said this all along. I know we've got no depth at the minute, but that first 6 or 7 players are really high quality. As Oliver shoots against the post, that would have wrapped it up. Now are we going to concede an equaliser? No, Coccaraccio's knackered, but he does really well there. Pedder plays left towards Tucker Roberts, the sub. Chases down to the byline. It's cleared away as far as Bolton. He can bring the ball forward, down the right to Muir. Chance to counter here for Bath. Dickov on the right has had a good game for them. Tucker Roberts working back though. Forces him inside to Bolton. Switch of play. Pedder can't get there. It's through to Muir. It's going to be 2-2, is it? No. What a save from Brooks in goal. That man is the signing of the summer. I don't care. He's been absolutely brilliant back there. Whether it's saving penalties, whether it's saving one-on-ones. And I don't know how to explain it. Oh, I've celebrated too soon. It's a corner for Bath. Brandon Taylor's up off the crossbar for a goal kick. And somehow we have got 4 points out of 6. We've got 2 defenders in who are making a massive difference to this side. And if we can get that left winger in and 1 more defender, I think we've got a chance at the playoffs as we're expected. Let's get through the dressing room. Let's tell the lads they've done well. Now let's go and see when we're going to be back and whether we get that left winger. Well, now we've got Sean Etaluku, who is a quality player on 375 quid a week, 3-star ability, 5-star potential, best left winger at the club, incredible physical attributes, 6'4", big jumping reach for set pieces as well, and he's got the ability going forward. I really, really like that guy, and I'm hopeful he's going to be a key part of our attacking plans, as well as giving us more emergency cover at the back. And there's also another offer from George Cottam. What a way to finish the episode, because he's made an offer for Elliot Hughes. He's a 16-year-old. He's not great, but he does give us a bit of depth off the bench that's better than what we've got. So overall, I'm really excited about where we're going because it's another first team addition. If we can get 1 more defender, I feel like we're pretty much there. So let's go and have a look at the schedule for when we're next going to be back. Of course, it will partly depend on what we get in the FA Cup, but the plan is let's leave it a while now. And we're playing a lot of those sides like Truro, Canvey Island, who started outside the playable league. So maybe a chance for us to pick up some points. I genuinely think we've got a pretty good team now. We're 1 centre-half away from really competing. Let me know what you think, though, both of those 2 performances that come back against Slough and the signings that have come in. If you did enjoy the episode, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe for daily content from 2 long-term stories. And we'll be back in a couple of days' time to find out if we can keep pushing upwards.